Hi, you guys. It's Elizabeth from Elizabeth's Oracle. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm just going to give you a right off the top of my head straight report on exactly why today is massive astrologically. For those of you who haven't heard, the FBI has just reopened its investigation into the Democratic nominee for President of the United States, Hillary Clinton, and they have arrested people in 3 states for suspected voter fraud. Now, astrologically, never mind your politics, I'm just going to get into why I think this is so massive. And again, I'm just a hot mess today, so I'm not even going to be in front of the camera. Just look at this chart and follow along. So, I've got to back you up to March of 2015. Not only because that is the beginning of the Clinton scandal, that is when it was discovered that she was using her personal server for government business, top secret security information, and when she was subpoenaed by Congress to turn over all of those emails. That was at the beginning of March. By the end of March, she had scrubbed or bleached all of that information, losing 33,000 emails. All the WikiLeaks are coming out to show all the back and forth between her staff. I'll leave you some links, and I don't want to dwell on that too much, but you just need to understand that March 2015 was ground zero for everything that's happening now. Now, those of you who are astrological fans, you know, if you knew anything about astrology in the last 20 years, the biggest event was a series of 7 Pluto-Uranus squares, or I should say that more properly, Uranus-Pluto squares from 2012 until 2015. Uranus and Pluto are outer planets. They are considered to be the transpersonal planets, meaning they shape large global events. Uranus is in the sign of Aries, which is bold, brave. Uranus is also a planet of radical change. It is also noble ideas because it rules Aquarius. Pluto is everything that word connotes. I mean, you got Uranus, uranium, Pluto, plutonium. You get these two in a square. Holy cow, that's the harshest angle we can get in astrology. So, Pluto is in Capricorn. Pluto has not been in Capricorn since the founding of the United States of America. This is huge for the U.S. chart. I'm not going to put that up or go off on that tangent just yet because it's too complicated, but this is all huge for the U.S. chart. For those of you who know, obviously the U.S. is under the sign of Cancer and has its Pluto in Capricorn. That is important for this discussion because Pluto finally came back to Capricorn beginning in 2008. So it's in this long transit till 2024, and when it hit this series of squares to Uranus, 2012 to 2015, everyone in astrology said this is it. This is global. This is massive. And at the beginning, the squares were at the lower degrees. So we had these massive squares, 7 of them. Pick up any astrology magazine or go to anybody's blog from 2012 to 2015. This was the story. We were all writing about it constantly. So as this story broke about Clinton over the last month, I've been like, why just March of 2015? Why is that so important? And then, a couple days ago, it totally occurred to me, like, the zenith, because, again, at the beginning of those squares, they started at the earlier degrees. The squares would happen earlier and earlier, but by the end of it, they were at their strongest square because they had both gotten to a strongest degree in 9 degrees or 15 degrees, but they were cooking, and the higher the degree, the stronger the energy. Well, you look at this chart for today, and it's actually for later tonight. I'm recording this on the 28th of October. 2016. Holy cow, look at everything I have in red. We are building towards tonight a square with Mars, which you see on the right hand side of your screen. It's the sign you usually see for male. That little funny glyph next to it is Capricorn. You see it right next to Pluto, 6 degrees away. But if you go counterclockwise over to the planet that looks like it has antennas to the side, that's in the sign of Aries, which you'll know by the kind of ram glyph. That is a 90-degree angle. That's an exact 90-degree angle. That's called a square. It is, something's got to give kind of energy. So you have Pluto in the water in Capricorn. Capricorn is the sign that rules banking, governments, institution. Mars is our energy, our passion, our fight. Pluto is purification. Again, both of them in the sign of systems, Capricorn. They are making, particularly Mars is building to the square with Uranus. And if you go south on the chart, directly across, all the way down from the planets in Aries, we have the moon today. Now, the moon moves every couple days, so I don't want to overestimate it, but it's a dark, powerful moon, right about the same degree, 2 degrees away, 19 degrees in the sign of justice. But the big thing in justice is Jupiter. Jupiter is the planet of expansion. In other words, it amplifies whatever energy it comes into contact with. So it is expanding justice, asking for more. And as you can see, it is forming a loose square to Pluto and Mars up there in Capricorn. So what we see is opposition here between Aries and Libra, and both of those are being squared by Mars and Pluto in Capricorn. Now, the Mars-Pluto square is exact tonight. So, again, the same elements that were involved in the Pluto-Uranus squares that were supposed to be, globe-changing, game-changing energies that would shape the course of history, we have it right here. And to me, the signature in this chart, icing on the cake for me, is the Sun and Mercury in Scorpio. The planets that I've highlighted next to the Moon and Jupiter, the planets that are in orange on this chart under the Scorpio glyph. What is Scorpio about? Well, any of you guys with a light understanding of astrology are like, oh no, not Scorpios. They're scary. They're intense. It's our emotion. It's how we really feel. Scorpio rules truth, power, secrets, law enforcement, detective work. It's more the detective part, because, you can't get away with much with a Scorpio. They feel it, they know it. Who's a Scorpio is ruthless, but there's a ruthless quality that can get in there if they really want to get to something. And I'm not even going to pull up like Hillary's chart because this will get so long, but she's got a ton of Scorpio in there that's influenced. Another discussion, you guys can just Google around and find some astrologers who are doing each of the charts of all the candidates. I just wanted to do a flash news coverage, a special report, because I think this is huge. Huge, huge, huge. And again, it goes all the way back to the Pluto-Uranus squares. Astrology said that for years, and it really appears to be coming to absolute fruition. So, just my take on it. Special report, you guys. I hope that you're doing well, and truly, I have followers from both sides of the aisle. And for all of us in America, we're going to have to get along after all this and figure it out and work together. So I hope that happens in a peaceful, constructive way. And I just, get out and vote. However you feel, whoever you're voting for, man, participate, okay? So we'll talk to you when the sun goes into Sagittarius. We got some Saturn business then. And we'll catch up with you then. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll talk to you soon.